Hi everyone, it's Maria Dismondy, and I am so sorry that you missed today's class. We were talking today about goal setting and determination. I'm a children's book author, and I'm offering this free service for us as we are home right now with this different type of situation. We are doing class every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The replay. I don't record these because out of the privacy for family members and for the children that are attending, but I will give you a recap. Today we read the story called Flight School, and it's a story about a little penguin written by Lita Judge. The little penguin wants to learn how to fly, but as we all know, penguins don't fly. The penguin attends flight school, and the instructors at the flight school tell him, "You can't fly, you're a penguin," but he does not give up. As they turn him away, one of the instructors gets creative in problem solving and says, "We are going to help you to figure out how to fly." And what they do is they tie feathers to the sweet little penguin and they take him up for flight. Up, up, and away. And there he is. And you can see that the other students and instructor in the class helped the penguin learn to fly. Is it typical flight like every other bird? No, but it's supported by a friend. And sometimes when we have a goal, we might get to that goal in a different way, right? So we might say, "I want to learn how to tie my shoes." And you think by just sitting down and listening to your brother or sister, you're going to learn how to tie your shoes. But that might not work for you. You might have to take a different action plan to learn to tie your shoes. Maybe you watch a video on YouTube, or maybe you look at a book that teaches you step by step and you can see pictures to learn how to tie your shoes. So you can go ahead and access the PowerPoint, the step-by-step PDF that I did to teach this lesson. But what we talked about were two things. We talked about goals. A goal is something that you want to try to learn to do. It's a desired result. But in order to get to a goal, we also need something called determination. It is that passion and purpose to get to that goal. It's waking up in the morning and saying, "I want to learn how to tie my shoes today. What am I going to do to meet that goal?" And then there's an action plan, right? So when I say, what am I going to do to meet that goal? What are these steps that you're actually going to take to learn to tie your shoes? So that was the homework for today. I had all the children take a piece of paper and pencil out, and I said, "Right, what is one goal you have that you want to accomplish during our time home in the next few weeks?" Okay, what is one thing? My own children said one wanted to learn how to cook. Another wanted to learn how to play with his new hockey net. We had like a new hockey net delivered. And the third child said that she wanted to learn how to do her own laundry. And so what were the steps? The second thing I want you to write down, and if you're a younger learner and you're not quite writing fluently, you can draw a picture of what you would like your goal to be. So what is one action you can take to help you get to your goal? So what can my son Dexter do to learn how to use the new net? He needs to go outside and he needs to practice. He needs to take a hockey stick and take a puck and start playing with it. Oh, can you see I'm digging into a piece of chocolate as I'm talking to you? And then two, my middle child, my daughter Leah, wants to learn to cook. So what is one step she can take to learning to cook? And that's getting an adult to work with her. And then my daughter Ruby, who wants to learn to do her laundry. Again, what is one thing? One is one action she can take to learn to do her laundry. She can have a parent teacher. She can go on YouTube. She can look it up in a book to learn to practice. So I want you to write those two things down. And then finally, I have a demonstration for you. We talked about an old parable, and parents, this parable actually had three items. It had a carrot, an egg, and a coffee. But for our diverse learning group here with different ages of learners, I took out the egg. If we have a carrot is very strong. It starts off very strong. Did you hear that? It's very tough. It's very strong. If we have hot boiling water, this is not hot because I don't want to hurt myself, but pretend like this is hot boiling water. We are going to say that this carrot represents a human being and this water represents tough things happening in the world, kind of like the virus right now. Like it's preventing us from going to work. It's preventing us from going to school. So it makes life tricky. So that's the boiling water. If you put the carrot in the boiling water, the carrot changes. The carrot gets weak. And if you leave it in there, the carrot gets mushy. And it's not like it used to be. The carrot changes. And that's the same as a human being. A human being that is like a carrot is strong before something bad happens in the world, and then that terrible thing happening in the world or in your life, in your home, in your school, whatever it is, it changes you and it makes you less strong. It makes you weak. However, if we were to take something stronger, like coffee, these are coffee beans ground up. Okay? And they're actually very fragrant, and they're strong, then ground up, okay? They're powerful because if you take coffee and you take the coffee and you mix it with boiling water, you get something completely different. The coffee doesn't just change itself. The coffee changes the situation, and you get a beautiful, fragrant coffee. Okay, so it doesn't just change itself like the carrot. The carrot itself changed. It got mushy and unusable, but it changes the situation. So the boiling water changes into a beautiful brown color, which is coffee. And so what we're saying is you want to be like coffee. You want to be like coffee, where if something bad is happening in the world or something is happening in your school, you don't change yourself. You look at the situation and say, this is a big bummer, but what can I do to make lemonade out of lemons? So you're saying, what can I do to help change the situation? And that's an example is me doing this class. I knew this was terrible, that we were all going to be at home, but I know that the lessons I teach kids in schools about positive character, I knew I could reach people online. I know how to use this program. And so I thought, I'm going to be like coffee, and I'm going to change the situation around me to make it for the better. So that was a little lesson that we did today, and you want to be like coffee. And I showed a couple different examples of how Michael Jordan behaves like coffee. We showed a YouTube video about him, and we did a YouTube video about Lewis from Meet the Robinsons, and showed how he really wanted to be like a carrot. He wanted to give up. He was saying, oh, I tried this new experiment. It didn't work. I failed. Ugh. And his family said, that's okay, because with failure comes success. We learn from our mistakes, and then you try again. And so we saw that Lewis really wanted to be the carrot, but his family encouraged him to be more like coffee. Take your mistakes, learn from them, and turn it around and do something great. All right, everyone. I look forward to seeing you next time when we have the theme of love and kindness. Thanks so much.